Specifically, Biden took aim at cell phone makers and other tech companies, including tractor manufacturers that, quote, impose restrictions on self and third-party repairs, making repairs more costly and time-consuming. So I have a few hours for us. Supposed to be back at Ye Old Plantation, so I decided might as well do a video real quick. And we have some interesting news. Biden signs a right to repair executive order, and this is an article from The Verge. President Joe Biden's latest executive order is a huge win for right to repair. A sweeping executive order aimed at promoting economic competition and signed Friday by President Joe Biden called on the Federal Trade Commission to institute rules to curb anti-competitive restrictions that limit consumers' ability to repair gadgets on their own terms. That's what the right to repair movement is about. Tucked into the executive order that covered 72 initiatives to promote competition in the U.S. economy, Biden specifically asked for the FTC to crack down on, quote, unfair anti-competitive restrictions on third-party repair or self-repair items, such as restrictions imposed by powerful manufacturers that prevent farmers from repairing their own equipment. The order is a significant win for the right to repair advocates who have long championed a consumer's choice to have their technology fixed either by third parties or on their own, rather than solely by the manufacturer. Right to repair argues that anyone should have access to the OEM parts, manuals, and software needed to perform those repairs. Major gadget makers have lobbied to prevent this kind of repair accessibility, but right to repair movement has been picking up steam in recent years. So yeah, the right to repair movement has been it's something that's mostly in the tech sphere. I haven't really heard much about it on the political sphere of the left. But yeah, man, this is actually a really, really good thing for progressive movement. And I want to, shout out Biden for this, for the few things he does right. And this is one of them that, I want to kind of bring more attention to this. And the fight's still not over. So I just want to bring more attention. So keep going. Specifically, Biden took aim at cell phone makers and other tech companies, including tractor manufacturers that, quote, impose restrictions on self and third-party repairs, making repairs more costly and time-consuming, such as by restricting the distribution of parts, diagnostics, and repair tools. This is something I've been keeping an eye on from a guy named Lewis's channel. I'll leave a link in the description, and also Linus Tech Tips. They've been, these tech guys have really been on top of this, man. But this actually flows into the planned obsolescence side of capitalism, basically, you know what I mean? And so yeah, man, this all basically, in my opinion, started with planned obsolescence, man. So there was as we know, there was a point in time, I don't know if you all know, the oldest running light bulb has been on for decades. And you know what I'm saying, it's because that they basically perfected light bulb technology back in the day. They did such a good job, their sales slowed down, so they plotted and manufactured planned obsolescence to actually keep sales high and have a shelf life of for products, right? Which is saying it's in a economy that is all profit driven, and you're supposed to do better year on year on year. It's all about just making money profits, and it makes sense to have planned obsolescence. But it doesn't have to be that way. It's the way we structured our economy and our system that says that saying things are supposed to be thrown away after a certain amount of time, right? And yeah, man. So this actually goes into a lot of things, like I don't know if I don't use Apple personally, and the reasons actually is we all take a stand somewhere, right? Some people don't use any Samsung products because they make tanks. Some people don't go to Walmart. I don't use Apple products. I don't shop at Amazon. You know what I mean? We all put our stake in the ground somewhere, right? And for me, Apple specifically, it's not the right to repair part, which I'm about to get into. The reason why I don't like the whole blue and green messaging system they have. I think that's intentional class warfare personally, but that's a whole nother story for another day. And I'm sure I'll have people who know nothing in the comment section commenting about that, because God, I don't know what's going on with the comment section. Y'all be wild. Anyway, there's a lot of y'all that's dope and smart, but it's amazing how many people just talk, without doing any homework, without even watching the video, and just get to typing away. It's like, wow. All right, but anyway, the right to repair movement is very important to the left and to what we're trying to garner in general, even to the saying the right to repair movement is in lockstep, I think, with the climate change movement. I don't think people realize how important, like I said, they manufacture these products to not only not be repaired, but have to be thrown away, and you have to buy a whole new one. You know what I'm saying? And that's obviously creating massive amounts of waste. You know what I'm saying? There's certain and I do want to give a quick aside to the fact that with these small businesses, all these, repair shops pressuring the Biden administration, they got some movement. And that's another proof of in concept that ownership gets you a seat at the table to actually have these conversations, right? And that's just another side for, my, cooperatives, join one, you know what I mean? It's about ownership, you know what I mean? And that's why they're getting traction on this, because there's equity. They have a stake, you know what I'm saying? They have a voice because they own things. They have equity, right? And it's a good thing, really. You know what I'm saying? The right to repair. I really think, I would love to, even though I can't repair a cell phone or anything like that. I love watching videos of guys doing it. I'm just that kind of weirdo nerd. If you're watching, this channel, you probably just like to learn too. So anything that's interesting, you probably gravitate towards it. And, that's one of those things that's interesting. This is also something that crosses the political spectrum, because a lot, those guys like Lewis, I'm not sure if he's actually, on the right or left or what his views are. He'd probably call himself, he's probably a lot like me and doesn't believe in any of the stuff, more than likely, right? But a lot of people that are on the right agree with these types of ideas, agree with wanting to work on their own stuff. People want that self-agency, like, yeah, man, something breaks, I want to fix it. You know what I'm saying? It feels good, put it back together and be like, yeah, I did that. You know what I'm saying? And I think it is integral to being in a free society, being able to repair something if you bought it. And this actually also dovetails and goes in deeper with the whole movement to not have ownership. I think, this is just the surface level, this right to repair, surface level of what's really going on. Because think about it. We don't own anything. Not only do you not own the job you work at, more than likely, you have no ownership, should I say. You have no seat at the table in making any decisions. You don't even own any of your movies anymore. You probably stream them all from Netflix, right? Hulu, all these streaming sites. You don't own anything. If you look at the fine print, they let you know, hey, you don't own this. Even like, I'm a gamer, I love playing video games. When we buy these games online, they check the fine print. You don't own those games. They can, they can switch up that game. They can change it. They can take it off if they want, you know what I'm saying? And you have no recourse for that because you don't have ownership, you know what I'm saying? And that's, this is all stemming from planned obsolescence. It's all stemming from trying to boost their profits. That's why, saying all games are going towards the free to play model. And, saying like it's going away from you having ownership. You don't own your movies anymore that you own, it's harder to find movies to own, it's all streaming. Music, you don't own your music anymore. You all stream it from whatever streaming sites you do. What is it, Spotify? I don't do Spotify either, but I'm lame like that for real. But whatever streaming site you use, you know what I'm saying? It's all, none of it's you own. You don't own anything anymore. We're getting, our economy, our culture is getting away from ownership, and people are just marching along happy, man. The last video I did with talking about the OnlyFans, the women from OnlyFans needing to get together, create their own cooperatively owned version of OnlyFans, so they have some ownership, man. And people were like, there was literally people caping for a billionaire, pedo, you know what I'm saying? For lack of a better word, Ravinsky. Check the video, I'll leave a link with that one too. But yeah, man, the guy's a billionaire, has ties to, child, you know what I'm saying? For real. This is in a Forbes article. Like I said, check the video out. And there's people in the comments still caping for this dude, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just one of those things where it's like, hey, man, y'all, we gotta, wake up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just be going along to get along anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't understand that, it's is deeper than just this surface level. Everybody's just, everybody's just so, not everybody, but I'm kind of losing faith. That's why I'm fighting. Why I'm fighting for the fight for ownership, because it's looking bad out here, y'all. But this is a actual good news coming from the Biden administration. Some of the few good news that there is. He did an executive order for a right to repair, and that means that hopefully Apple won't be manufacturing headphones with batteries that are designed to not be replaced, and making it as hard as possible for you to open up your phone and actually do some repairs yourself. You know what I mean? Like I said, Apple's really good with security. There are other things that they're terrible with, and same thing with Google. There's they're actually terrible pretty much almost everything, but it's just things like that need to be addressed. You know what I'm saying? Yes, is Apple, as from a and I'm picking on Apple right now, but this is for everybody. Samsung, Google, everybody. Like even you see what there was a like I said, I'm linking the video, but Lewis and Linus were talking about this. There was even the military is having issues because these companies like Samsung are building, or even Tesla with their batteries, are building parts that can't be serviced in the field when they're actually on the battlefield. And it's like, well, now they have a truck or a tank or something that's just a piece of junk at this point. They paid, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of dollars for this piece of equipment, and now can't even repair it. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a much deeper and broader problem than people understand. And it's something that the left, like I said, the tech side of people, the tech side is already, very on top of this. But this is news for the left. There is a through line with the actual, I'm sorry, I keep blanking on the name of the climate change movement and things like that, right? So yeah, I don't want to keep this one too long. My videos last too goddamn long. So if you are a fan of what we're doing, make sure you visit the co-op, martyandthebro.com, and become a member. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the MCSC. Shout out to Niko holding it down. And yeah, man, I'm gonna leave it at that. Yo, you like what you just saw? Make sure you like, share, subscribe so the algorithms can algorithm or whatever sorcery they do. Follow us on our socials, links all down in the description, and let's keep rocking.